How serious is this sci-fi story? Let's find out. Hello Fanatics, I'm Dylan Phillips and this is the Film Fanatic Review bringing you Replicas, starring Keanu Reeves, Thomas Middleditch, and Alice Eve. First, we'll tell you what the movie is about, and our initial thoughts. Then we'll move on to our spoiler-free likes and dislikes. We'll finish up with some spoiler-heavy thoughts on this film, and our final word. Replicas follows the story of a scientist working on cloning technology, who becomes obsessed with bringing back his family after they die in a car accident. Overall, I was disappointed by this film. It takes a great premise and overstuffs it with bland and boring substance. For what I liked about this film, let's start off with the premise. This is a fun premise for a sci-fi film, as it tackles the issues of immortality, creating life, and cloning. However, that's where the positives end here, because the execution of the story leaves a lot to be desired. The story becomes a blundering mess, as it's unevenly paced and exposition heavy, filled with contrived situations and terrible dialogue. The performances are not much better here, as Keanu Reeves is shaky and doesn't feel realistic as a scientist. Meanwhile, the rest of the cast feels lifeless and brings nothing to their very underdeveloped characters. And the CGI is absolutely awful in this film. The robots that they show are worse than what video on demand was doing 10 years ago, and it completely ruined the atmosphere for this film. And that's where I'll end our spoiler-free thoughts on this film. If you want to hear our final word or rating of this film, pause now and click the link in the description, because now it's time for spoilers. No spoilers to talk about for this one, but the best scenes to me were the actual cloning process and when he has to get rid of Zoe's belongings. So, with the thoughts heard, here's our final word. Replicas is a boring, exposition-heavy sci-fi drama that takes itself a little too seriously. While the premise looks promising, its execution is pitiful, as the boring, ridiculous story, bland performances, and horrific special effects make for a sci-fi story that should never be replicated. This film could have been an interesting look at how clones come to terms with their creation, but unfortunately it resorts to cheap sci-fi tactics. So I'm gonna give Replicas a 3.5. Thanks everyone for watching our review. Are you planning on seeing Replicas, or if you've already seen it, do you have something to add? What did you think of the story? Let us know in the comments below. I'm Dylan Phillips and this has been the Film Fanatic Review. If you liked this video and you want to see more, hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. Check out our latest Fanatic 5 video, where we discuss the top Nick Frost roles. Don't forget to follow us on our social media. And until next time, Fanatics, keep it real.